Hey guys, it's Riley from pectuspt.com. In today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to fix the rib flare and pot belly associated with pectus excavatum. So I know this is a very important topic for a lot of you guys, as I had heaps of comments and messages asking for this particular video. And I understand why it is so important to you, because it was very important to me as a child. I remember that the rib flare and pot belly used to annoy me than the actual hole itself. There's nothing worse than walking around in your t-shirt and having a pot belly and rib flare sticking out. So I understand the importance of this video. So I'm going to make it really informative for you guys, and hopefully you can take a lot out. The good news is we can correct rib flare. How much can we correct it? Well, the ribs are bones and bones are rigid, so they are pretty much stuck the way they are. However, the rib cage is made of both bones and cartilage, so it is a pretty flexible system and can be altered slightly. So how do we correct rib flare? Well, firstly, we need to pay attention to our ribs. We need to think ribs down in day-to-day living and in every single movement we perform in the gym. What do I mean by this? Well, I'll explain it. So essentially, if you guys just put your hands on your ribs now and exhale, do you feel your ribs contract and squeeze and tighten? That's what I mean by ribs down. So this is the feeling we want to practice in day-to-day life, but also during our exercises. This contraction is crucial, and the exhale ensures that we perform this proper contraction of our ribs and core. When we do this contraction in exercises, it should be in the concentric part of the movement. So that's the hard part. The concentric part, for example, when we're bench pressing, is when we're pushing the weight away from us. Okay? So, or when we're doing a hanging leg raise and we're pulling our legs up, that's the concentric part. So just before we engage in this hard part of the movement, we exhale and really engage our core and keep our ribs tight. Another way we can help our rib flare is by actually training our core, our abs and our obliques. I'll now demonstrate for you guys my top 5 exercises for correcting rib flare and pot belly. The hanging leg raise is one of my favorite abdominal exercises. It is the perfect exercise as it is very challenging, puts a massive strain on our abs, in particular our lower abs, which are often a weak point, and it is also a compound movement that not only develops the abs but also our arm strength. What we want to do is squeeze the abs tight at the bottom of the movement and focus on our abs as we pull our legs up. Too often people use momentum and their hip flexors to get their legs up. To stop this, try and keep yourself more rigid, focus on your abs and exhale as you bring your legs up to ensure your abs are contracted. If you feel the burn in your abs, then you're doing this right. If you can't feel that burn, then you are not. If the hanging leg raise is too hard for you, try the hanging knee raise, which you can see me doing here. It is an easier option and hits your abs just as well. My next and equal favorite ab exercise is the ab rollout. If you have seen my first YouTube video, you will have seen me perform this exercise before. It is great as it provides a massive burn in the abs, but also stretches your sternum and helps correct posture. It is important when performing this move that you keep your core tight and your ribs down. If you experience lower back pain during this, you can alleviate it by performing it from an elevated platform like a bench, and also thrust your pelvis forwards and squeeze your glutes during the movement. This should help keep your back more rigid and take the pressure off your back. My next favorite ab exercise for correcting rib flare is cable oblique twists. These are great as they predominantly work the obliques, which run along the side of our core and over our ribs. Strengthening these will help tighten your ribs and make your rib flare and pot belly less noticeable. Using the cable is great because it provides a constant tension on our abs and obliques throughout the entire movement. Key tips for this is focus on keeping your hips and feet still and rotate through your torso during the movement, and also ensure your arms stay straight at all times, not bended. And follow your hands with your eyes and ensure you are feeling the burn in your obliques. Trust me, when you're doing this exercise right, you will definitely feel the burn. Another great oblique exercise for correcting rib flare is called the side plank with reach through. You can see me demonstrating it here. Some key tips is put each foot on top of each other and form a straight line with your body and legs. Reach up and then reach through and under yourself. Remember to keep your core and ribs tight the entire time to make sure your abs are getting properly engaged. Other great exercises for building your core and minimizing the pectus rib flare and pot belly include the reverse crunch, the medicine ball knee tuck, and also the lying leg raise. The reason these exercises are so great for pectus and rib flare and all the other ones that I just said before is because they do not put your spine in a kyphotic position, unlike some very common ab exercises such as the crunch. This leads me to my next point. So exercises that you should not do is the crunches and sit-ups. These are not optimal exercises as they put your spine in a kyphotic position, which is the exact position we are trying to correct. As you can see, it doesn't look great, and the crunch position actually makes our indent look even deeper. Other than training your abs, another way to minimize rib flare and pot belly is by gaining lean muscle mass. Have you ever heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen? Well, it is entirely correct. The only way to get abs is to get to a low body fat percentage. And the only way to really do that is to eat a healthy, nutritious diet and putting yourself in a slight calorie deficit by optimally increasing your energy output by exercising more. That being said, if you have no muscle makeup and are ridiculously skinny, your pot belly and rib flare is going to look a lot worse. Typically, people with pectus are ectomorphs, so we are very skinny. So we don't want to be to that skinny, unmuscly build, because that's when the rib flare is accentuated even more. But we don't want to take it to the other hand where we have too high of a body fat percentage, because then this creates a blubbery layer over our ribs and belly, and will make the pot belly and rib flare look even worse. So ideally what we want to do is achieve a lean muscular physique where we have a strong chest, broad shoulders, and that way when we're wearing a shirt, the chest and shoulders is going to come out more and totally minimize the look of the pot belly. But also it means when you're topless, it's going to be abs and nice chiseled muscles that are going to mask the condition, and no one's going to notice the rib flare or pot belly anymore if it's even there, because you have tightened your core through exercises. But also your other muscles are going to make it less obvious and disguise it, and people are just going to think, wow, he has a good physique. I get people commenting on my body now saying like, wow, your chest looks really big. They don't say, oh, there's an indent there. They just think my size of my pecs actually has created that indent. So it all comes down to getting a lean muscular physique and training your core so you can tighten your rib flare and pot belly, and then getting to that ideal body fat percentage of 8 to 10%, but with a lot of muscle. So if you want to take the guessing work out of your training and you're a bit confused of what you should be doing, how many reps, how many sets, I highly recommend you sign up to online coaching with me. In this service, I'll be able to design a customized workout routine, stretching schedule, and nutrition guide specifically for you so that you can perfectly transform your body and achieve the body of your dreams. Don't just muck around in the gym like I did and not know what to do and not eat the right foods. I've essentially formed like a Pectus blueprint. I know what works. I've experimented for 4 years and I know what will work for you. So there will be a link in the description of this video to sign up for online coaching. And yeah, I look forward to having you guys as a client. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be posting heaps of content from now on. And if you really found this video informative, please give it a share, get the video around so I can get more views and help more people. Thanks so much. Check out the website pectuspt.com, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks guys.